Miss game for the #1 overall pick. And for Luka Doncic, you just heard it. His streak of 30 or more for 9 straight games to start the season comes to an end. Only Wilt Chamberlain has ever started the season with more 30-point games in a row. And he shot for 9 for 29. So let's start with that. Defense, winning a game. Dallas Mavericks only scored 87 points, Brendan. And when you're coaching a young team like Coach Mosley has down in Orlando, you're playing without a guy that's giving you 24 points a night. And you play defense against a guy who's leading the NBA in scoring, who averages 36 and scores 12 beneath that. That's got to be a quality win for your group.
It's definitely a quality win. I mean, anytime you're able to hold a great player to 9 for 28 or 9 for 29 shooting, that just tells you guys were following the game plan. They had game plan discipline. And then at the same time, they were doing exactly what they needed to do to frustrate Luka to a certain degree. We know great players have off nights, but sometimes that's also relative to the defense being played. And also give them a lot of credit for what they were able to do to another great scorer on this team, Tim Hardaway Jr., only 2 for 10. So defensively, the Orlando Magic were really doing what they needed to do. They really made it tough on the Magic, and they were able to get a win because of it.
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie with 29 points, but it's the Orlando Magic. We got you sitting here, so let's put some positive vibes on your former team and exactly what Paolo Banchero is doing. There's so much weight that comes with being the #1 overall pick, but particularly in Orlando, where that's gone well for them in the past when you look at who they've gotten with that, whether it's Shaq, Dwight, and technically Penny Hardaway with the Chris Webber trade, right? So for Paolo to come in and do what he's doing, how does the franchise feel about his first 11 games?
Well, I think it's a sigh of relief, to your point, of having the #1 pick. Would he be able to handle the day-to-day pressure with that #1 pick over his head? But what I appreciate the most is that we understand now that some of this young talent in college, you're in a tight system. Like we know Duke, we know Coach K is running the same spread offense, one guy high, one guy low, some screens in play. We're seeing some talent that we didn't see the 1 year at Duke. That's what I appreciate. And Coach Mosley has given him the freedom to go out there and play basketball and have fun and play through his mistakes. So I'm not as surprised as some people may be. I'm just happy he's taking full advantage of it and learning on the fly, but not playing reckless basketball, playing the right way and not having, super bad mistakes.
Well, we got a great night of action. That was the first game. Early start because of inclement weather down there in Florida. That was a 5:30.
I said to my wife, I might have not been her first choice, and we've been together 20 years, so, it could all work out. So off we go. I was honest with you guys. I was in the mindset of coaching that Chicago game, and that's what I was asked to do, and I did it. And then the next day, we had an off day, then I was asked to do practice, and I did it. And it brought me to this point. I think I can really say honestly, I've served every coach that I've been with and staff, looked them in the eye, had their back, and did their job, hopefully to make it easier for them. And I told my son today, just do what you're supposed to do, man, every day. And it's nothing wrong with that. And hopefully you get rewarded for it. And if you don't, you can look yourself in the mirror every night. If you do get rewarded, off you go.
Congratulations, Jacque Vaughn. His contract has been solidified through next season as well. Welcome to Game Time. We got 13 games today, including 1 in action right now, 2 that are starting as we speak. Chris Miles here with B. Wood and 3D. We're together. We're doing it like we're doing it to do it for TV.
Okay, Mace.
Now, you got the reference, baby. Jacque Vaughn, congrats again to him. But, Brendan, when I look at his situation, how he just handled that press conference, right, I could see why the players like him so much because he was the interim head coach in Brooklyn before they hired Steve Nash. He has head coaching experience from his time in Orlando. He spent 12 years as an assistant and as an interim coach before getting this opportunity now again in 2022. So great for him, who also, spent 12 years in the league. What do you make of the timing of this? Because we've heard the rumors or the reports that Ime Udoka was the choice that they wanted a week ago, and now they're solidifying this with Jacque Vaughn.
Yeah, I was a little shocked because I thought they were going to go with Ime, especially with the fact that Ime had so much success last year with Boston, what he was able to do actually against Brooklyn in the first round of that series. So I thought they might want to bring in somebody like that could solidify the defense. But I'm happy to see Jacque get another shot at it. I'm sure that he's going to do a good job. One of the better people that we have in this league. And he's going to do things his way, and I think that's all the Nets can ask for.
Yeah, and I think it was safe, too, to the fact that he's in-house. He understands what's been going on, the last, it's been 7 years now, right? So he understands the landscape in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, though, guys, there's so much going on there. He doesn't have all the complement of players he needs so we can see if he can really coach his team the right way. You know how it is, B-Wood, that, yes, he's safe, he understands what's going on. He's going to make sure KD has the right plays on the offensive end. How many players do I have healthy each night so I can come up with some type of defensive scheme so we can get some stops? Because each night they can score, but they're not stopping nobody.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So if not having enough players, I feel for Jock, because now you're saying to yourself, here's another opportunity, like you mentioned Orlando. He had a young team, didn't know how to win.
Right.
And now you get a veteran team not healthy with all the turmoil you're going through inside the organization.
As much as we talk about the Brooklyn Nets and the expectations for them, before last season, this season or whatever, the Knicks have a better record. And then when you look at exactly how middle of the pack the Knicks have been, they're undefeated against teams with sub-500 records, like the Nets who they're facing tonight. But